It was what are they calling this now? Just Last of Us Day? Yeah. Last of Us Day this past week. Because it used to be Outbreak Day, and then
we had an outbreak, and it was,
yeah.
we don't want to glorify that. That wasn't fun memories for all of us.
Literally for no one. But they showed an extended, and by extended I mean like a minute and 45-second long trailer for the Last of Us TV show coming to HBO Max. What do you think? I mean, like, I don't really like. To me, there's not much to say about this because it's just like, yeah, this looks like The Last of Us. It's hard to say about any sort of like real, like, it's hard to say whether or not this looks really good or not. It just looks like, yeah, this seems like a good show that I would watch. But what do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna like it. I'm sure.
Regardless.
But part of me, in my mind, I don't know how shot for shot I want it to be.
Oh, I don't.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like just kind of waffling back and forth about what I'm looking from it, because if it was something that was totally different, I wouldn't be happy. Yet, if it's something that is just too similar, and I feel like watching this, I felt like I knew where I was.
Yes.
And I don't hate that. I'm just confused with my inner feelings of it a little bit. But I think it looks like good. I think it looks cinematic. I think it looks interesting. And like you see a bunch of the different parts of it that, you know what those scenes are just by seeing a couple images. And I think it's going to be exciting. I think one of the images you see is in Bill's town. You see him like looking at all these security cameras.
Yeah, I think that's him, right?
Yeah, and to me that was like a new shot, a new angle of things. I think it was Bill. It could be anyone. Who knows who it is? But like, that's something new, and that's something that's pretty interesting. I think the clicker looked pretty cool at the very end of it. You get that little sting of it.
Looks awesome. It looks great.
It's by the same makeup artist who did the Night King from Game of Thrones and a couple other like well-known like prosthetics and stuff. So,
cool.
Clearly HBO knows some good people to do this stuff, I think. And I mean, I'm going to still watch it and be excited for it. And I'm probably going to be targeted by Sony and buy The Last of Us Part 1 and play it as it's going on week to week.
I mean, I've got the physical version of it if you wanted to try it for free. Yeah, as someone who just played it, I'm watching this.
You
like,
played again.
Again, huh?
So it does it like even like just playing it's probably even more so in your brain.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I'm gonna watch this. I like The Last of Us. In fact, I would say I love The Last of Us. So this like does me very right. I like Pedro Pascal. I've heard that this Bella Ramsey girl is very good. And there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Like you said, the clicker looks great. I'm happy they're opting for like a real like prosthetic. Like it's a physical, like I imagine it's a person in a suit, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, if it's a prosthetic, yeah, they might do some CG around it, but I would assume they're gonna use practical stuff with it.
But it looks really good, and my worry with these sorts of things is that they're going to do a CG stuff, like overdo the CG. Like I think back to the elites in Halo, the TV show, where like those just look like goofy animated cartoon characters because they were, versus the I think the prophets in the Halo TV show were physical puppets, and like those looked awesome because like, you can just really tell that like there's a lot of detail in them, and like the actors in the scene, like they perfectly match the scene because they're really in the scene. So I'm glad to see that they have what looks like real clickers, and if they've got that person from, you said, Game of Thrones, like I'm on board.
I would say there's one kind of warning sign for me that I was a little nervous about. There's a couple of scenes that look a little like video game backgroundy and a little fake compared to everything else.
Yeah.
One of the images I'm thinking about specifically is the one where the two towers are like leaning on each other.
And
there's the lightning. I just looked at that and I'm like, this looks fake. And I understand
looks like the Matrix.
It looks like they're just trying to like recreate the video game so much that it takes me away from the real actors of it. And I was hoping that instead of like trying to make this big scale with this kind of stuff, they keep it a little bit more personal and like to the face of the actors without it looking fakey. This is me probably like just being a little nitpicky for no specific reason other than the fact that I want something that I don't know what I want with this game, with this movie show. Geez, what is this?
It's the sort of thing where like I've seen a lot of people talking about like what might make this really cool is that you're able to show this to people who might not be able to play video games, right? Or have any interest in video games and say like, hey, here's this really cool thing. And if it's some cheesy, like if it's bad and it like looks bad and just is like doesn't translate well, then it's hard to sell someone on that versus if, it looks good and is a standalone TV show that works for people who are not already fans of this property, then I think that you're pretty golden. So I think that concern, I think, is legit.
Yeah. But I'm going to watch it and be so excited. Popcorn, big Slurpee cup, smile on my face.
Sounds good. I would kill a frozen Coke right now.
Frozen Coke? You're a frozen Coke person. I was more of the blue and the red mixed.
Like the icy? Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not knocking that. I'd try that. I'm down for that. Or I'll take the frozen Baja Blasts that are basically frozen Cokes, but just the Baja Blast. Like, fuck that right up.
I'm still waiting to find in our area the seltzer, it's like the Baja Blast seltzer, like the alcoholic seltzer things. They sell those.
Oh,
like,
that's
like
kind of
the
cool.
White Claw and stuff. They're supposed to be selling them like around random areas. I follow the Twitter. I'm waiting. I was gonna drive this summer to Iowa to do it, but I'm like, I don't want to go to Iowa, so
I know what you mean.
not worth it.
And for what the Baja Men, what do they got? Who Let the Dogs Out and nothing else?